Now, according to Pablo Picasso, action is the foundational key to all success. Following the killings in Borno State, President Bola Tinubu has ordered the overhaul of the military architecture and directed the armed forces to review ongoing security operations. This include the deployment of advanced military hardware and surveillance equipment to eliminate terrorist groups across the country. This comes as Vice President Kashim Shettima expressed deep condolences to the government and people of Borno State over the recent terrorist attack that claimed many lives in Darajamal community in Bama local government area of Borno State. Now, Shola, let's begin this way. I mean, what does the term overhaul of military operations really mean? Does it mean new strategies, fresh commanders, or maybe more funding? What does it mean?
Well, maybe I should use the word rejigging. You know, there are strategies to lay down when you see the direction that the battle is going. Sometimes you re-strategize. You can refit, you can also replace. There may be war commanders, there may be sector commanders who are placed in particular areas of the battle. And maybe because of a combination of reasons, what is expected of them is not really coming up. You tend to rejig, you tend to reshuffle, you tend to do that. That's the kind of thing I think is coming from the presidency. They've been doing well. We know what they were doing along the borders, Cameroonian borders and all those things. And there's been a lot of decimation of the terrorists in recent times. And one of the stock in trade of terrorists, when they feel they are being hit, there is a kind of, they are receiving pressure. They want to come out to do some strikes to create more fear in the minds of people, to say, we are still there. So all those guerrilla tactics should not be overlooked. And then that's what our security organizations should look into. How to forestall areas that have not been given enough attention, enough consideration should not be considered. Okay. In the process of rebuilding or reshuffling the strategy out there, they should look at how to cope all these, guerrilla tactics that's being used. And you have to also remember, it's not easy when you are fighting a battle against, if it's a, what do you call it, conventional warfare.
But this is an asymmetric warfare.
So it's not that easy. But what a reasonable leader would do is, when I see some level of maybe problems around it, you look at a way of making it look better, getting the best options for that. I think that's what they're trying to do.
All right, then. We need to go on this quick break yet again. And when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go away. Still journalist hang. All right, still journalist hangout. I still have BKO right here and Shola Ojewusi. Now, BKO, the president has now called for overhaul of military operations. Just like what I asked, is it about strategy? Is it about fresh commanders? And also, is this what we need right now?
Well, sometimes when you know, after the Chief of Army Staff replaced the commanders in the biggest theater of war in our country, that is Operation Harden Kai, Maiduguri, we saw improvement. From October last year, the enemy had been consistent in killing troops and civilians, targeting troops and stealing their weapons. It became so embarrassing that the Chief of Army Staff had to replace the theater commander and brought in somebody who had excelled in Jos as a general officer commanding 3rd Division and Operation Safe Haven, Abdul Salam. Abdul Salam has done a very decent job so far. In fact, we reported some of the first baby steps that he took that nevertheless led to big successes on the battlefield. Morale of soldiers began to go up, because when soldiers make breakthroughs on the battlefield, it affects their morale. They feel like fighting. They feel like, look, if we go to this place, we won't be defeated. So those victories are necessary. But if soldiers have a succession of attacks in which they got a bloody nose, it will affect morale, and going to battle, they already will feel like they've been defeated. So that's why we need to have a consistency of good performance on the battlefield across the theaters of war, whether Northwest, wherever. So in this case, Bama was targeted, and they targeted, as they've been doing, they targeted a small community. They overran the troops and began to kill innocent people there. There is no guarantee that, despite that we've made so much progress in that area, the attacks are not as constant as they used to be. There's no guarantee that occasionally this sort of killings won't happen, because you don't have enough troops to cover the entire area. There will be some areas where you don't have sufficient troops. The enemy is also constantly involved in surveillance. They have drones. These days, they even use unmanned drones to kill troops. They have the sort of weapons that they didn't have before. Yes, they may not be as active as 2014, right up to 2016 and 2017, but they have some weapons. Like in the past, they were not using unmanned area vehicles fitted with weapons to fight our troops. It's new to me, and it was late last year that I started hearing that the enemy was already using drones to kill our troops. It was strange to me, and when I traveled some months back, it was one of the issues that I had to ask questions about. And then ramming trucks loaded with IEDs, ramming it against military bases was also something that they were using, that they were doing, because it ensures that casualties are heavy. So there's no guarantee that, yes, even when we record success, occasionally the setbacks won't come. Until the enemy is defeated to the last man, I can never give that guarantee.
But because of our time, with time is almost, do you think this overhaul should also look at the lapses of certain commanders, to probe the lapses of commanders?
No, of course. That's why I started from there. When we were having those setbacks, the president eventually, the chief of army staff eventually had to change the leadership. It happens sometimes, and you can effect that change and you will see progress. Sometimes you effect the change before the new leadership settles down, they will suffer some setbacks. We saw that even in Plateau State. So, but with time, I believe that what the president has done is a kind of routine directive. This has happened. Look at the processes. What can we do to make sure that it doesn't happen again? How best do we protect our people?
Absolutely.
It's just something that General Christopher Musa and his people should constantly chew upon.
All right, thank you so much. Ashala Josie, thank you so much for doing this with us. Appreciate you. So good to see you yet again. BKO, it's good to have you back.
Thanks.
It's good to have you back. Looking fresh and all.
Holiday is good.
Holiday is good. And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.